Council action. My name is Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, September 17th. The meeting was called to order at 6:30 p.m. and we begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. On the evening of the 16th, we had Boy Scout Troop 650 who came to present the colors and lead us in the pledge. And I ask that you please tune in and see the Boy Scouts of Troop 650 who came in and presented the colors. So we began with a moment of silence, followed by the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. We then move on to our announcements, and we also had one proclamation. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. We have council meetings scheduled for Tuesday, October 8th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, October 22nd at 6:30 p.m. We have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, October 15th at 6:30 p.m. And then we also have all of our truth and taxation meetings, which have to do with all of our budgets. And we have budget meetings that are scheduled for Tuesday, October 29th at 6:30 p.m. And this is the presentations of department budgets. And then we move on to Tuesday, November 12th at 6:30 p.m., another budget work session. Another budget work session is scheduled for Tuesday, November 26th at 6:30 p.m. And then we adopt the budget and the final levy on Tuesday, December 3rd at 6:30 p.m. We had one proclamation, and it is Family Day proclamation. Please tune in and hear the proclamation for Family Day. Then we move on to citizens' comments, and no one appeared before the City Council to speak to any items. The next item on the agenda was the additions to the final agenda, and this is for emergency items only, and there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. We move on to the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing. C, we authorized payment of the membership dues to the League of Minnesota Cities for September 2013 to 2014. We also approved the supplemental agreement to the store's nozzle replacement for the sanitary sewer repair south of 126th Street. We authorized the project and accepted quotes and award a contract to Apex Arena Solutions for the retro commissioning of the Burnsville Ice Center. F, we reviewed and adopted the application for Bluff LLC for a conditional use permit for an outdoor storage of construction material at 11401 Rupp Drive. We approved the findings of fact and the conditional use permit. The next item was to order an improvement and prepare the plans and specifications for 2014 maintenance overlay project, and we approved the request. The next item, we approved the resolution calling for the public hearing for a modification to the tax increment financing plan for TIF District Number 2. And that was the end of the consent agenda. We then moved on to the regular agenda, and the first item on the regular agenda was a public hearing, and this was to approve an off-sale liquor license for TJM Enterprises, LLC, doing business as MGM Wine and Spirits at 1012 County Road 42. That item was presented, and I opened the public hearing. There was no request or questions of staff. Mr. Terry Manglish appeared before the City Council and spoke at the public hearing. And there were no other issues, and the item was then approved. I closed the public hearing, and the item was approved. Item 6 was to adopt a resolution and approve the deferment on the 2013 miscellaneous assessments. And I'd ask that you please tune into the City Council meeting and hear the report from staff and the resolution of the questions that we had asked staff to research. that item was approved. Please tune in and hear of all of the items. One was continued until the court hearing was completed. I then recessed the Burnsville City Council meeting so the Economic Development meeting can convene. The Economic Development meeting was convened, and there was one item on the consent agenda, and that was the approval of minutes. Those minutes were approved. And one item on the regular agenda, and that was to reimburse Interstate Partners, LLC, for the cost of a Phase 2 environmental study if contaminants were found on the property. That item was discussed. It wasn't a public hearing, and it was denied. There were no other items to come before the EDA, and the EDA meeting was adjourned. I then reconvened the Burnsville City Council meeting, and there were no other items to come before the body, and the meeting was adjourned. I'd like to remind everyone that council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. And city council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsville.org. I'm Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me, and continue to make a difference.